Island.
Pardon? Okay. Wow. Guys, this is going to be a good episode. You know how I know? Because we got producer Carlos, the Doughboy Expresso boy, in his producer seat, ready to go, ready to rumble. We got Brandon over here on mic. Check mic, Brandon.
Checking the microphone.
We got Caleb Tegler, the one, the only, the greatest of all times, over here. Check microphone.
Check the mic, Caleb.
Check microphone.
I say this feels as good as I think I felt. We got a couple cameras on us. We're live on Twitch. We got our producer sitting in the hot seat. We got LaCroix on the table. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about today, Caleb?
I've had a lot of things on my mind this week, and that's my topic.
Same. Let's get into it.
All right. But before we get into my first official topic, I had a thought I just want to bring up to you. Let's bring back ankle bracelets, Brandon.
I do
ankle
not
bracelets
want to.
and toe rings.
Yikes to all that. Pass next.
I'm working on it now, but I'm gonna get some Expresso Boys toe rings in the mix. Expresso Boys ankle bracelets has our face on them.
We can make bracelets.
Yeah,
or anklets rather. With the little beads into the string.
that'd be cute.
My sister used to do the hemp bracelets.
Excuse me?
You ever do like the hemp bracelets?
Excuse
you know
me?
about those? The ones where you do the hemp string and you just do like the weird little pattern, almost like a braid. You know what I'm talking about?
I think, and it's like a keychain.
I don't use drugs. So.
It's not a drug.
Is it like the keychain?
No. What do you mean keychain? You never seen it, bro? Welcome in the 90s, bud.
I was born in 1997.
So you had plenty of time.
No.
You were in it. Dude,
No.
you're 90s, baby. Ooh. It's one of those stupid things about like everyone who dresses like they're all deep from the 90s. I get it. It's fashion. Do we need to get into this again, Caleb? Why'd you bring it up? Come on.
I'll say it again
now
for
I'm
the
getting
people.
upset.
I'll say it again for the people in the back if you need. But another really important piece of business I wanted to talk about was, if you recall, for the OG fans, about this time last year, we were just so close to getting our good friend Steve-O on the podcast.
Yes, I'm very familiar with Jack Butt. Excuse me.
Sorry, pardon my French. So on June 13th of this year,
Okay.
it was the one and only Steve-O's birthday.
Steve-O. Steve-O. What's up? I'm Steve-O. That's it. That's
He
what
turned
else you need.
44 years old this year. And so he posted a picture on his Instagram. I'm a proud follower.
Good.
So I commented on it and I said, happy birthday, Steve-O. Proud of you. And I was like, love you. Great guy. You know, gave him the whole rigmarole.
Did you write out a full paragraph?
No, it's just a quick little thing.
Okay.
And I was like, that's it. Hope he sees it. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I get this DM. It's not from Steve-O. Don't get too excited. But wait, it gets
Okay.
better. Okay?
All right.
I get this DM from some random lady.
Some rando.
And it said, it was like, hey, we saw you comment on Steve-O's birthday post.
Yeah.
We are looking for Steve-O's biggest fans
Good.
for a show.
Wait, what?
I think it would be similar, from what she explained to me, was like, you seen Kevin Hart's workout show?
Yeah. Great.
Something like that, but it would be like a celebrity and a fan instead of two celebrities.
Yeah, that one's a good one. So they wanted to pitch.
She contacted me and said, I'd love to interview you. And at first I was like, I'm not giving this lady any info because it sounds sketchy.
Sure.
More she talked to me, she convinced me.
Okay.
And so the only information I gave her was like what she saw on my Instagram.
What did she ask you?
And then, what do you mean?
Like, did she ask for more information?
Not really, but I was like, just kind of weirded out. But then she was like, I'd love to set up a Skype interview. Okay. And I was like, whether or not this is real or fake, I could get some good content from it, was where my mind was at.
Yeah.
And so I did a Skype interview with her, and I think it was real. I signed an NDA,
Oh, whoops.
a non-disclosure agreement, but I don't think the show ever happened, so I think we're fine. And also, no dads allowed. I signed an NWA.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
definitely discuss.
although I do, well, everything we talked about was before I signed anything, so I think that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I think as long as you talk about it before you sign, then you're good. But then I never heard anything back, so
Guess you talked about it, bud. You listened to it.
Maybe.
You listened in.
I hope so, because that's an extra fan. So happy birthday, Steve-O. We love you. We'll get you on one day.
Just once the schedule clears.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know we.
Wait.
Go ahead.
How was your week?
My week?
Why are you jumping in? Like, let's kick the shoes off, bud. Relax a little bit. Let's get to know each other. How was your week? You have a good one?
Yeah.
Get any crazy stories? Any moments?
Nothing really. It's nothing really. Nothing
Nice.
weird. Nothing weird happened. Yeah.
I did.
What happened?
Buddy, let me tell you.
All right.
It wasn't. I was having a Monday. Let me just say that. Mondays are the craziest for me.
Still getting over the cold.
And I'm convinced I have a sinus infection. WebMD confirmed this for me. WebMD solved this for us. Well, for me.
Yeah.
In my
Sinus
sickness.
infection.
Yeah, I feel like I got a real sinus infection happening. I had a few bad headaches the last few days right where the sinuses are. I don't know if you ever had like one of those sinus headache thingies.
The sinus ache.
The sinus ache?
I think a sinus headache is not the right word.
Wait, really?
I mean, your headache is. I guess it's all your head.
Sure.
But
You sound pretty confident in that. You want to talk about it more?
I'll look it up on WebMD. Is a sinus ahead?
Anyways, had one of those, hurting real bad, getting over this cold, the runningest of noses. And then I was, around the city, there's the scoot thing where like the electric scooters. I use those every day just to get to and fro. And every time I'd go over a bump, my teeth would hurt. And I'm like,
It's a cavity.
I'm like, wait, this is new. And then I look it up on WebMD, like sinus headache. And then like sinus infection came up. I think I got one of those, dude. It really sucks. It hurts. Anyways, so I was having a Monday, getting over this cold, dealing with a sinus infection. And I'm going to stand firm on that's what that is, self-diagnosed. We're short-staffed at the moment. Got a couple new people coming in this week. It's going to be great, but until then, I'm working 4 shifts so I have to be full-time manager, part-time barista.
Yeah.
Not a good fit. So in the shop early on a Monday, planning on closing as well. And then we're running out of everything because I suck at doing 2 jobs at once. And I'm like going back and forth to other cafes, getting stuff, borrowing things, blah, 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 all this other stuff. And then someone comes like, hey, we're completely out of ice cups. And for those of you who are unaware, there was a nice juicy little heat wave that came through San Francisco. So if you hear any sort of rattling or ticking in the backgrounds or horns honking or whatever, the windows are open, friends. And we're not gonna budge on that. It is what it is.
It was up to what, 93, 97?
Yeah,
like
which
that?
you don't think all you Vacavilians for sure, 106, we get it. But there's no
beautiful
city, 93 degrees with buildings that don't have air conditioning.
Dude,
it's ridiculous.
let's stop right there for a second.
'Kay.
I live on the 3rd story of an apartment building, top floor.
Yeah.
There's sunroofs pretty much in every room. And so I worked that day, but when I got home, oh my gosh, it was so hot.
A nightmare.
There was like 0 wind that day.
Yeah,
So
seriously.
there was no airing it out. I opened every window in the house. And the thing is, on the bottom floor, by night, it was nice and cool.
Right.
But literally, every floor you went up, I'd
Heat
say
rises, baby.
like a 5-degree difference.
Heat rises.
Oh my gosh.
It's-
I literally got the shorts that I sleep in.
Yeah.
And my shirt, and I just got them wet in the sink.
Oh.
And I put them on, and I just slept in some wet clothes. I was a wet boy that night.
You were dripping wet. You were dripping wet like the last podcast.
Yeah. I was wetter than ever before.
I've never done that. That's pretty desperate.
I was desperate.
That seems like there's a lot of extra stuff. Like,
Well,
now
let me-
your sheets are wet.
Let me say this. It
Possibly your
wasn't
mattress.
wet. It was damp.
Okay.
Maybe I was a damp boy.
We're going to start a poll when this episode comes out. Would you ever sleep with
Yes.
wet clothes on?
If it's 97 in my room. And the thing is, I thought about, and sorry if I get a little crass,
Ooh.
I thought about sleeping just naked.
Why wouldn't? Oh, you never.
But
you
it
have
was-
a bedroom.
Well,
mate
that
as
wasn't
well.
my concern. It was still just as hot.
That
So I'm
sucks.
just 97
stale,
degrees.
stale hot heat is
I was sweating.
the worst.
I wish I could, and I know we have 3 cameras on us, and there's no visual I could do right now to show how wet I was that night.
Episode 2 of 2 with Caleb talking about how wet he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Monday sucked. All right, and then so they come out and they're like, "Hey, we ran out of iced cups completely." And I'm like, "Perfect." So I had someone go run down to get ice cups from another cafe, and one of the other employees comes back and she's kind of looking a little like awkward. My first thought was like she doesn't like telling people that we're just going to serve their ice drinks in a paper cup kind of thing, which I'm like, I get it. That's uncomfy, but she was acting real weird about it. And so I was like, just quick to the punch. I'm like, Talia's going to go get ice cups right now. Like, she's on her way down. And Zip was like, her name's Zip. She was like, okay, so a homeless person came in, got one of our cold brew cans, opened it up, poured it in the dog bowl, and is now drinking out of it. And I said,
beautiful city.
What a beautiful city we live in. I said, today is not the day for this. So I went out there, and I'll be honest, guys.
You said no dogs allowed in here, actually.
Only service
Blue
animals.
bottle standards.
I'll be honest with you. We have heard of all the times I avoided confrontation.
Yeah.
This was the day I was ready to take this head on and just not get weird about it. But I wanted to make sure that this woman felt as uncomfortable in this situation as she made everyone else feel. All I wanted to do was walk out there, watch her lap up this overly watered down cold brew like the dog that she is.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Look at her and say, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say. I just want to say, "What the hell are you doing?" I wanted to put the ball in her court. Your turn. Your time
Pun
to respond.
intended.
No? Pun.
The ball, she's a dog.
Oh.
Go ahead.
That's rude. Take a step down.
You called her
Take a step down, you bigot.
I'm sorry. Not the bigot thing again. That stuck last time.
Some wounds don't
That
heal.
stuck.
That was it. I want her to tell me what's going through your head right now. What's going on? Why do you think that this is okay?
What's going on in your world right now?
Let's talk about it. But she was gone. She was out in a hurry.
Dang.
All that was left was a pool of cold brew and water, and that was it.
She was legitimately like out of the
Slurping it
dog
up.
bowl?
Slurping it up, trying to cool down on a hot day. And I was so upset and I was so mad. I was like, I charged out there. I'm like, all right, enough's enough. I'm gonna tell all the Expresso Boy fans that this your boy grew up next level, like next step. I'm taking care of business in a new kind of way. Didn't have the opportunity.
Yeah.
But I did walk away from that saying, first thing that came to my head was, all right, I got something to share.
I have a question. So many times a day, a customer will come in with a personal cup. Be like, could you put my latte in here?
Yeah.
If that woman came in, purchased a latte, and said, could you put my drink in here, and handed you the dog bowl,
I would.
would you do it?
I think I guess. I'd be like, challenge accepted, but I'll have you know I'm only going to make a normal. I'm not filling this thing up, so.
I'd love to see some latte art in there. That'd actually be pretty beautiful.
It could be, possibly. When I was working at Bloom, we had this like oversized milk pitcher that was massive, and we found like the biggest bowls that we could try to make happen. It was a good time. So there's that. But anyways,
Doesn't sound very sustainable, but go ahead.
no, it was a big giant waste. No one drank it. We immediately poured it out.
Yeah.
Without a second hesitation. So that was I had my one story this week.
It's a good one.
Didn't end the way that I wanted it to. I wanted there to be a lot more confrontation.
Here's something I thought was good. We talk about our Twitter a lot because we need more followers mostly. Sure. You posted something this week that was very good.
Oh,
and it was
thank you.
The picture of the guy with just spreading.
Boy, if there was ever a time to man,
he was
spread.
getting comfortable in your cafe.
Yeah.
Tell me about him.
That was that was a good one. So, y'all should just go take a look at it. Check it out.
At Brendan.
At
B-Doll-Holly.
on Twitter. But this boy
Follow.
he was already like a lengthy man. He was a tall boy. And we have bar seating over at the beautiful shop that is South Park.
Mm-hmm.
Your head is completely blocked by that camera. I'm just realizing. You couldn't be more.
I
blocked.
noticed that like several minutes ago, but we were already in.
Your head is completely blocked by the camera. I just realized.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So we have bar seating and like against the window, stools sitting out and all. My guy took up a corner spot. Didn't draw any attention to himself. He was in, normal dude. Had a nice little business shirt on, the whole thing. Set up his computer. Sat there for about 10 minutes or so. And then really started to dive into this whole like make yourself at home kind of experience. Because at this point, I don't remember the exact number of stools that he took over. 3 or 4 maybe. And I couldn't have been more shook, Caleb.
It was somebody commented on it. I think it was Christian Bean.
Kick him out now.
Yeah, just kick him out now.
Kick him out now. Yeah, it was.
That's where you should have gone and asserted dominance. Right on that guy.
So he took the space of 3 potential seats.
So here's what happened.
One leg just kicked out far. It was something.
Here's what I think happened. And you correct me if I'm wrong because I wasn't there.
Right.
He walked in.
Yeah.
He saw you.
Yeah.
He knew you were the manager.
Mm.
And he had to play a big power move on you hard.
A big power move.
I think that's what happened.
Complete chaos. My God.
What are you doing?
My cat's about to jump out of the damn window. Hey, bud.
Our cat does that all the time.
He'll be all right. You have so much to live for.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
So I think he just walked in, saw you, and knew he had to assert his dominance over you.
Because of how strong and
And
powerful I look?
Yeah. And I think that's where you should have came in via what you didn't do to Doug
Right.
and just kicked him out.
It would have been good if
The
I
energy
just
you
took-
had
if
with the
that-
dog lady.
Ooh, that would have been good. Yeah, I need that kind of energy going into every day.
Yeah.
What I should have done is just grab the stool that his leg was propped up and just yank that thing out real quick.
Did
and
I
just
stutter?
and then flipped it on top of the counter. We're closing in 5 minutes.
Were you closing?
Yeah, we're closing.
That would have been a good move.
That'd be a good one.
All right. Let's just jump right into this first topic after that nice little intro.
Yeah.
There's this, oh my gosh, Brandon, this video. I've fallen asleep to it every night. I don't know if you guys saw this video.
Oh, I've seen it,
It's this.
and I like it.
Okay, let me paint the picture. There's this 74-year-old woman
Yep.
hiking.
Yes.
And let me say this, that's too old to be hiking.
In the desolate wasteland of
She
all
was
places.
out there too.
Yeah.
Like impressive how out
Yeah.
there this 74-year-old woman was. And she tripped or fell or something and she hurt her ankle.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was broken or just sprained or what the deal was. And so I think her husband was with her. And she called the police or whoever you call.
No, it was, like the, I think
The hiking police?
definitely not the
Park
hiking
rangers.
police.
Yeah.
Park rangers.
Fishing game brigade.
Yeah.
All of the above. They all came in
Yeah.
in a big way.
And I guess they decided the best thing to do would be to helicopter lift her out.
Which, again, you got to tip your hat to this woman because she got to a point in her hike where they're like, this is not safe terrain for us just to
Yeah.
simply go through. Like,
No
we got to
Jeeps can get to
helicopter you
there.
out.
So they helicopter her out.
Yeah.
And okay.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
This is
So
yours.
they helicopter her out. She's in the air, and there's a video of it from the local news.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's dangling there. They have her wrapped up in like a sleeping bag-esque thing
It's like
attached to.
you got the stretcher.
Yeah.
And then it's, like whatever that safety harness is kind of wrapped over
Yeah.
her.
So she can't see out. It's like one of those mummy sleeping bags. It's pitch dark in there, from what I assume. She's attached by one little rope to this helicopter. Just hundreds of feet in the air.
Yeah.
And you're watching this video and you're like, oh man, she's starting to spin a little bit. She's really starting to spin. And then she like starts to spin. You're like, oh wow, she's really spinning. And then slows down a little bit. And you're like,
All right.
all right.
Under control. All is well.
she spins so fast. Even faster than she was before. In the article it said that she spent 175 times. And and we can laugh because she's okay. She didn't pass out or throw up. But in the article, she said she felt the blood rush to her eyes, and she had to do breathing exercises not to pass out. And I encourage you all. This will be attached to the live video, or the video of this podcast that you're listening to. We'll attach it on there so that you can watch
on the old YouTube.
Oh my gosh!
All for an ankle.
That's the funny thing. Like this little issue, little tiny break, maybe.
Where do you think she was? So, as you said, are you watching it, Carlos?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. You should. We need to show the Doughboy.
Yeah.
But you got.
Oh no. I've seen the video.
Oh,
Good,
that's right.
good.
That's right.
I
that's
love
right.
it with my whole heart.
so
All of my
funny.
heart. I gotta wonder. So, as we said, you watched the video.
Yeah.
We
I've watched the video, Brandon.
we watched the video.
I think I'm in dozens of times at this point.
You got this poor woman who's getting pulled up, and she starts to spin. Now, my thought is in her head, she's like, "Oh, that's all right. Probably normal. Just getting a little, just with who knows the way things go, a little spin, no problem." She gets up and she starts moving. She's like, "This can't be right."
Yeah.
And then slows down. Weird. Can't believe that happened. Thank God it's almost over because I'm slowing down now. Psych. We just turned the NOS on this thing.
The funniest part to me is that she has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, what's happening? I don't get it, dude. And that's the thing. I don't. How did that happen? And it was for an ankle. Like, I bet you she would have loved to just walk that off at that point.
Yeah.
If they gave her the decision, we'll be happy to helicopter you out of there. It's going to be a nightmare for you. You could either do that or limp your way home. That's never will I ever trust a
I'd
park
die out
ranger.
there before I spin that much, Brandon.
I promise you this much. I hate being dizzy. I hate it so much. So, like, all of the whenever we go to Disneyland, there's the little, like, the classic rides where you're on the chair and they spins in the circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like it. I can't even that, like, that nice controlled turn. Can't do it.
Now imagine
Caleb?
doing that in the pitch black.
170 times at, like,
Hundreds of
G-force
feet in the air.
capacity.
Yeah, that's some astronaut training right there.
I posted Keemstar commented or posted whatever, and so I made a comment because I had tea that night, and when you pull a tea bag out, sometimes it'll spin.
Yeah.
And so my comment to him was, "Do you think she'll ever drink tea again?" This poor woman. Again, we can laugh because she's fine, but the hell that woman had to go
But to
through.
the hell in helicopter.
Oh my gosh, does it ever?
In the article, it said that her husband is yet to show her the video because he wanted to wait until the trauma is what the word they used was over.
And that's a fair. I feel like that's not.
Yeah.
That's too light a word.
And from my perspective, you think, okay, the first responders or whoever it is, they did their job. They got her to a hospital safe.
Debatable,
But-
but they got her there.
Do you think she could sue?
I don't know.
Because they did their job. And I'm sure
She didn't throw up. She didn't pass out. She was just technically, by definition, she was just pretty
she
uncomfortable.
was just dizzy.
yeah.
I don't know if you can sue because you're dizzy.
Because you got uncomfy.
Yeah.
If she could prove emotional distress
That's the one.
due to this incident, then
Due
she
to
could
the spinning?
potentially sue for damages.
My dad's a real estate lawyer, so lady, if you're listening, he'd be glad to give you any
Yeah.
legal advice.
Location.
It's the people you know, missus, and I got you covered. We here at the Expresso Boys podcast, we want to formally say we would be happy to let my stepdad represent you if with any sort of real estate questions you have, law stuff. He might know other lawyers that'd be more suited for this type of case.
Do you think?
But it's our way of saying thank you.
Do you think she gets triggered anytime she sits in an office chair now?
Anything going through a roundabout in your classic neighborhood there? You think that's a problem for her at this point?
She's in a car wash and she sees the little thing spinning around her, getting triggered.
And the worst part is, it's like she doesn't even have like a flashback moment to go to. It's just darkness.
Yeah.
I think this might have been a come to Jesus moment for her, because this probably is like what hell actually looks like, just sheer darkness and a lot of spinning.
And a lot of spinning.
A lot of spinning.
Wow.
So that was insane.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, in a big way. Shoot
Shoot up
up.
a little Papa Bless.
Shoot 'em
to
up.
her. Wow. So there's two things I've been obsessed with this week.
Okay.
There's that.
Yeah.
I think I've watched it every day since it blessed our Twitter feed.
Good.
And then there's this guy I found. And Brendan, I've shown him to you. And I don't think you appreciate it as much as I do.
I'm done with it, Caleb. I'm done with it.
Did
you
follow?
promote him more than you promote us.
Because he's out there doing it, dude.
I guess.
I'm going to play you a little clip, okay? But I want to describe to you what he looks like for all the audio listeners. Okay, his head is about the same color and roundness as a basketball. Okay?
Okay.
Same size probably as well.
Sure.
He wears this big gold chain cross necklace, sleeveless t-shirt, and just the sunglasses, and then just the fattest cigar you've ever seen.
Yeah,
I'm talking like legitimately the size of a sausage. Okay.
Okay.
And just listen. There might be some naughty words, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that triggers you. Just listen to this.
How you doing, Instagram? It's Big Time Tommy. I just want to take this time to thank everybody out there that's been watching my Instagram, following me, and giving me that push to do what I do. And also for all you guys that mimic me, that think that you guys could say, hey, I'm Big Time Tommy. No, there's only one Big Time Tommy, and that's me. And I'm going to make America old school again. OS for life. Take it easy.
That's what I mean, dude. That ending, just the take it easy.
Oh, thank you.
What I love about him is that he knows his brand.
Yeah. That's true.
He has he has no shame, no doubt in who he is, Brandon. He's 100% him. He
He's
keeps it
100%
OS.
OS,
Old
yeah.
school.
Right.
He takes it east. No concerns given, all right?
He's like a Michael Scott character.
That's what I'm saying. He's not I don't know if this is like a character.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he still looks like that.
Right, no matter what. And
Take it
clearly,
easy.
based on the sound of his voice, chances are that's not a prop cigar.
No,
And
no.
I dare say that's not the only cigar he's going to enjoy that day.
Nope.
What do you love about him, Caleb? Dive into it a little bit here. Can we just dissect this a little bit?
Okay. Well, first off, I just love his little. He has his catchphrases. The keep it OS, old school style.
Yeah.
I like the take it easy. He ends everyone the same way.
Can you give us another one?
Take it easy. Yeah. Let me give you another one here. We'll go with this one.
How you doing, Instagram? It's Big Time Tommy. And here's my thought of the day. You don't always need the sun to shine to be successful. All you need to do is give it 1,000%, never give up, and always, always think positive. Make America old school again. OS for life. Take it easy.
I hate it.
I love it so much.
hate it.
I wish you guys.
He's like the DJ Khaled of Instagram.
He is. He is exactly what he is.
What does he do?
He takes it.
Yeah, that's
He keeps it OS. That's what he does. No respect, Carlos.
You love this guy. You hate
And
DJ
so I'm gonna.
Khaled.
I don't mind DJ Khaled.
Nah, you hate him.
I'm gonna. And Brandon, I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings or offends you. I'm gonna give him a shout out right now on the podcast. Big Time Tommy on Instagram. That's BigTimeTommie. Big Time Tommy. All right. This guy's a legend, and he's only going up from here. Okay.
All right, mark the word.
In my mind, we got people we want to get on the show. Spice Adams.
Sure, yeah.
Love Spice Adams.
Love
Big
that
fan.
boy.
He's my white whale.
Oh, man, is he ever.
I think in some world we could get Spice Adams on here. In some world,
I
I
think
think
we
we
can.
can get Mr. Beast.
I think we can,
But
too.
Big Time Tommy,
If
no,
only-
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to be realistic and I'm trying to dream, but I don't know.
Are we keeping it OS?
That's my thing.
Keeping it old school. I got to say this. What kind of accent? Is that
It's New York, maybe Brooklyn. Very Italian guy.
Very Italian. I don't.
Keeps it OS.
He
Yeah,
keeps it
it's
OS.
an OS accent.
Big
Overtly
time
Sopranos.
Tommy here. It's a not my favorite accent. I'll be honest with you.
It's a very attractive accent.
It's one of the most beautiful.
Hey, how you doing, Instagram? It's Big Time Tommy.
Big time Tommy.
Have you seen this? This is my next topic, or part of the topic. You seen this Keanu Reeves I Love Movies?
I love movies.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies. I love watching them, and I love making them.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies. I love watching them, and I love making them. Keanu has been pretty popular on the old internet these days.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? He's been taken off in a big way.
Listen, and some might say Matrix was his start.
Nah, that was a minor one.
I feel like there's just a time where he didn't do a lot, or he wasn't just really a public figure out there on the day to day. But all of a sudden,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who his PR
I see him-
person is.
John Wick 3 hit in theaters, just blew Endgame out of the water.
Yeah.
I see.
For that week.
Opening weekend, which is still surprising.
Wait, it did
It
more.
beat Endgame, Avengers
Opening
Endgame
weekend.
opening weekend.
Wait,
John Wick 3.
so pump the brakes here.
Yeah.
You're telling me John Wick 3 on opening weekend made more than Endgame on opening weekend?
Yes.
Are you out of your damn mind,
I have
Caleb?
no idea how that's possible.
Can we fact check this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Carlos is looking into it right now, but I'm sure about it. So, John Wick 3.
There were a lot of major upsets on a few opening weekends. Like
I
there was
will
John Wick.
scream.
Dark Phoenix did horribly, which
Yeah, it
no
did. That
one
was
saw
not-
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad one.
So he's John Wick 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he's on that Netflix movie,
Yeah.
the one you and Samantha watched. So I don't remember. What it's called.
Maybe, or what is it? Dang it. Always Be My Maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that.
That might be. I don't know if that's it.
And then apparently he's this movie called Cyber.
No, it's a game.
Yeah, or a game
Cyberpunk.
called Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
He's
like
a-
2056 or something like that.
That he's in Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4.
He's just blowing
That's what I'm
up.
saying, dude. And that's where because I feel like there was a giant gap in my eyes. Keanu's work history goes because I don't know how many Matrix there were. Matrix 1,
3.
Rush, and then
John Wick.
John Wick 3. That's it. That is only the thing. And Rush, that's the movie, right? The one where he's on the bus. Is that
I
right.
think so. August Rush.
Not August
where Keanu
Rush.
Reeves plays the guitar.
Keanu Reeves plays as the guitar. That's it. That's his work history. As far as you goes, IMBD, Matrix
His discography.
1, Rush, Wick,
John Wick 3.
Wick 3.
And I watched John Wick 3 in theaters.
You got that
Not
pass.
opening weekend.
You got that pass.
Well,
You use that.
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
don't you?
Oh, actually, I saw it in Vacaville with Anthony, so I didn't even get to use it.
Oh.
But so I saw John Wick 3 and I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the reason I'd never watched John Wick 1 or 2 is because I thought
they were big flops, big nasty poops.
no, I guess they weren't.
That's what
But I always thought John Wick was the same thing as Spiderwick.
What's that?
Do you remember that trash?
The Spiderwick Chronicles.
Yeah, that trash movie. I thought it was a part of that.
Good books.
Also starring August Rush.
Yeah, same kid. So that's why I never watched it. But I was wrong. John Wick's its own thing.
Did you catch up?
I watched John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Went back, watched John Wick 1.
Right.
I haven't watched number 2 yet.
John
but
Wick 1, how'd you feel about it?
super good. I
Really?
actually really, yeah.
Okay, cool.
You should
I like
watch
that.
it.
No, I'm into it.
Very
yeah.
simple plot, but
Shoot 'em ups, right? Like
Yeah,
just big
all-
old shoot 'em ups.
shoot 'em ups, and they just get more and more shoot 'em up each one.
Nice.
So, guys, according to the fine people at boxofficemojo.com,
Yeah, it's
friends of the
official.
podcast,
Yep.
sponsor.
Yes. Sponsored here. Thank you so much for that sponsor.
Yes, Avengers Endgame beat out John Wick 3 by approximately $300 million. So,
No.
whatever rumors you heard.
Fact check another website.
Opening week. I'm just, okay.
I'm
I'll
positive,
check
dude.
as many websites as you
I'm
want me to check.
positive.
That's a big gap. That's a lot. If
300 million is
if
nothing.
300 million came missing,
Pocket
I feel like
change.
that's something you get your attention to.
That's-
I will be, Caleb, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I will actually poop in my pants right here on this podcast if John Wick 3, as great of a movie as it might be, beat Avengers. 11 years is not how long.
Yeah.
What a slap in the face that would be. 11 years of trying hard.
I think we're
and then
super-
you have this guy from Matrix and Rush come through to beat everyone else. I would be amazed.
I would be too.
but I want to watch him. I've heard good things.
Yeah, you should.
But Keanu Reeves popping off the charts in this big way.
love
Who's
movies.
his PR? I love movies. I love making them. Gosh, I love movies. I love making.
It's that
them.
gosh that gets me.
Gosh, I love making.
Gosh,
them.
I love making.
Yeah,
movies.
I've seen so much of him on the internet lately. That whole, Keanu Reeves is lonely thing. Not accurate, but everyone was like, now
So
everyone's
funny.
sending Keanu Reeves loves. Like that whole.
You think that was a planned thing?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I doubt Keanu Reeves is doing that. Maybe again, who's his PR dude? Like who's that guy? Because that or girl, who are they? Because I would love to know because they're killing it. There's that other clip that when he was on the Stephen Colbert show, the Late Show, or whatever, of him like Keanu Reeves has the perfect answer to death.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Great clip. He basically was like, "What happens after you die?" And he's like, pause for a second. He's like, "I think the people that I love are gonna miss me a lot," and then done. Like, well done, perfect,
Keanu.
great. And then I don't know, was that the point of like, all right, he's on to something, and then now it's just he's
Tell me about the name Keanu. Have you ever met anyone else named Keanu?
no.
I think it's a cool name. I'm into it.
You gonna name your child Keanu,
I might.
boy or girl?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that anyone would
It'd be
will get them
Keanu or
confused?
Kiana.
Kiana? The Kiana, actually, that's kind of a
I
cool
think
name.
it's a real name, right? Maybe.
And I think you're thinking Kehlani.
No.
Oh. Caleb, I think we did this a while ago. You brought this up today. I think it'd be fun. A fun little game where we give each other fake scenarios.
Oh, just a topic.
Topic.
Yeah.
And we don't say or like or
Stutter or stumble.
And we have how long on this?
Well, we
give
do
ourselves?
rounds 30 seconds, minute, 2 minutes, or whatever.
Oh, that's too long. 2 minutes is
we
so
could do a
long.
minute and a half, 2
All right,
minutes,
yeah.
5 minutes.
1 minute. 30 seconds, 1 minute, and
2
a minute
minutes.
and 30 seconds. No, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking for 2 minutes straight.
All right,
That's
go
so
ahead.
long.
All right, minute and a half.
Minute and a half. So, this is a new game that we call.
Stutter Step.
That's not bad.
It's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Stutter Steps.
It's pretty bad.
It's a game where we.
You're doing great, bro.
So we give each other a situation,
Topic.
a topic. Beautiful city.
All right, let's start that over.
All right.
Go ahead.
Just start from the whole thing.
Yeah. Welcome back. It's a classic.
Also,
Caleb,
I
we-
fact checked some more.
Oh, good. Yeah, hit us with it.
I fact checked some more, and no, it's true.
Yeah, no. I'm saying the thing that I
That
said.
was true.
Oh,
Dang.
there
Not
we
the thing
go.
that you said was true.
I was
Maybe
gonna
it was
soil
opening
my
night.
pants right here.
No, I looked up U.S. opening day, and Endgame blew everything away.
Yeah.
All right, I saw some false
Absolutely
information.
everything.
No.
No.
Caleb?
What
Yeah.
you might have seen was an article that said,
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
dollars in
does
its
that mean?
fourth weekend.
Like
Like it was
when-
I think it just continued earning more than everything.
Yeah.
Maybe based
Yeah.
on what I was reading.
That sounds right to
Okay.
me. Like Endgame was still top of the box office chart, and then John Wick came in.
Okay, next week's episode, I'm gonna make a public apology
Thank you.
because
Please.
that's an oopsie on my end, and I want to make good. Okay, so
Thank
next
you.
week expect an apology.
I want to. Can we have it written?
Yeah,
Caleb, we're gonna play a brand new fun game.
it's not brand new
By
because we've
brand
done
new,
it
I
one
mean-
other week.
We're gonna play this game for the second time ever on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's now just brand newly titled. Stutter
Don't
Step.
stutter.
Oh,
Did I stutter?
did I stutter?
That's what Carlos is here.
How about we keep this guy around?
Yeah.
We're gonna play a brand new game. Whatever, not brand new. Did I stutter? In this game, here's the rules. We cannot say We cannot say like. We cannot say
No
filler
stuttering.
words. And those stutterings, no, backtracking in the way that would almost make it sound as if you are trying to think of, what to say.
And I wanted to try to add a new rule because last time we did this, we really got off the rails on the topic. So let's try to.
Is that okay?
No. We got to stay on the topic. All right. You understand, Brandon?
I'm upset, but I get it.
All right. Your first topic is
Okay, and also just so we can clarify too, I'm keeping track of how many times you say it, and those go against you.
Yeah.
So whoever has the cleanest slate at the end of these 3 rounds wins.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Your first topic is Amazon versus Staples and Office Max. Why they're going out of business.
Why Amazon is taking these businesses?
Yeah. Why? But you're Staples. You got to talk from Staples' perspective of what you're doing. Or is that too specific?
No, that's easy.
Okay. Ready?
It's easy.
30 seconds on the clock. Time starts now.
So when we're talking about big businesses like Staples, like Office Max, and more specifically like Amazon, we got to really take a step back and think about the Office episode, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's use that as an example. When we look back to The Office, we have Michael Scott, who runs a what? A paper company. And one of his biggest competitors is a what? A Staples.
Wow.
Easy.
I think 0 is what I got.
I heard 1 like in there.
Did it?
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
It was early on.
Wait, no. I can say like to not to like say like when we think of things like.
No. It was after that. When you think
like
if you think like to
Yeah.
there was
okay.
1.
Okay.
Fine.
I'll do an
All right.
instant replay for the people.
All right,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
B.
Give me something, Brandon.
1 mark. All right, Caleb.
Yeah.
Let me think about this here for a second. Tell me, let me look it up real quick, all right?
See how quick to the draw I was, Brandon?
Yeah. Which is why it was easy for me. You didn't take any time to really think about it.
Yeah.
Tell me this. Why is the Dodge Challenger the fastest car in the world based on a Google search? Ready?
Okay. The Dodge truck that Brendan talked about is the fastest truck in the world based on the Google search because there's a lot of technology put into that vehicle that not only allows but encourages that truck to be able to go as fast as it does. And with that being said, the reason I will not be buying this truck is because I'm not a responsible driver.
Not bad.
Too fast for me is where
Not
I was
bad.
going. Too fast and too furious is what I am.
Okay.
I could do this all day, B. 1 minute on the clock.
I will say this. I don't like the pace that you were talking.
Okay, I'll speed it up.
I felt like that was a little too easy.
Okay, I'll speed it up.
Thank you.
You want to knock me down a point?
No, I won't knock you down. You got through it.
All right.
All right.
Your topic, Brandon, is defending your favorite LaCroix flavor.
Yeah.
Versus all the other flavors. Why yours is the best. You can pick whatever flavor you want, bud.
Sure.
1 minute on the clock. Time starts now.
Caleb, when we're talking about LaCroix, the cream of the crop, we got to focus in on a couple things. You asked me what my favorite is. I think one really strong way to talk about what my favorite is to talk about what my least favorite is. Are you with me on that?
Mm-hmm.
Coconut. What? Coconut LaCroix? Pass. I don't want that garbage. If I want coconut anything, I'll get a coconut water. Sounds good to me. My favorite LaCroix has to be the old Pamplemousse. Don't know how to pronounce it, but that's not the point of this. My favorite LaCroix is the Pamplemousse because of all the extremely vibrant flavors that it'll give to me. You want something bright? Pamplemousse. You want something subtle? Pamplemousse. You want something that's going to really bring you back home? Pamplemousse. You want something for a nice summer day? Pamplemousse. What else do you want, Caleb? This is basic stuff. Don't ever hand me a coconut LaCroix. We're going to have a serious problem. Pamplemousse through and through for LaCroix tasting experts like me.
Okay, B.
How about that?
I know you were here to play.
How
That
about
was solid.
I'll
believe-
be honest, I was getting
A+.
nervous because I was talking fast. And
I
getting-
believe it's pronounced Pamplemousse.
Oh, I didn't want to take any time to read it. I didn't feel like that would be fair. But for my kind of stab in the dark, Pamplemousse,
No,
that's
you're
pretty
killing
close.
You did great. All right, you got something for me?
Do I ever? All right. For this round, tell me why you love To Kill a Mockingbird.
You played me.
Why you love it, why you're talking about it all the time.
To Kill a Mockingbird is a book that I read way back in high school. I enjoyed this book to a point. One of the things I enjoyed about the book was the social commentary that it held within those pages, in the grasps of those words, and in the knowledge that the author wrote down in this book.
I'll pause. Catch yourself, huh?
No,
Take
I'm
care.
good. I'm
All right,
good.
All right.
The author was great. Unfortunately, I do not remember his name. I don't think it's George R.R. Martin, but I'm going to say him from now on. George R.R. Martin loved writing. He started when he was a boy, and he worked all the way up until he was a girl to write the book that he wanted to, that we now know and love as To Kill a Mockingbird. Unfortunately, I don't remember the story of this either. I do remember that I think I had a couple oopsies.
You
in
got
there.
two. You got
Had
two that I
oopsies.
saw.
Yeah. There were two
Stumped
oopsies.
you a little bit, huh?
The thing
Got nervous?
Thing is, I don't know nothing about that book.
Best part. That's
Well,
why.
one of the first things that you need to know is that it was written by definitely a woman, Harper Lee.
Oh, shoot. Shoot.
You need anything? Or what? Oh, he's around. Maybe open. You want to leave the door open?
I'm lobbing you these softballs, bud.
No, what? Office and Staples and Amazon? Come on.
Lobbing you some softballs.
That ain't right.
All right, here we go.
All right. A minute and 30 seconds.
Minute, 30
this is going to
seconds.
feel like an eternity.
Describe to me your sense of style.
All right.
Why you dress the way you do.
Okay.
1 minute, 30 seconds on the clock, starting in a one. Starting right now.
Thinking about my sense of style, Caleb, the first thing that actually comes to mind when I was around, I'd say 10 years old, maybe 11, could have been 12. I don't think it was 13. Let's just say that. I was sitting on my trampoline at my grandma's house, having a good time, really enjoying my summer, when my sister and my cousin both said, I do not have good style. And I was just a young pup when they told me this. I was offended. I was hurt. Didn't feel good. But they said in this particular day that what I was wearing was actually good style. What was I wearing? I remember it because this was a wound that is still probably open, which is why I hate fashion today. I was wearing just regular old brown shorts and a gray Quicksilver shirt. Basic, simple, to the point, simple yet sexy. You know how I love to say that. So when I look back to that time, I think that really defined and shaped me as a fashion industry professional. Because when I go back and I think to that time, I always got to reflect on that and think that was that moment that I really set it in stone. That was when I became me. That's when I became me. And so I go back to that time to think about what I'm wearing today. Tank top, black pants. That's not too out of the ordinary. That's pretty normal.
I mean, there are two solid ones I heard.
Definitely two solid ones. What
I'm
were
going to say
those?
two.
I got three. I'll
Three?
be honest.
Okay.
I said and I stuttered twice.
Okay. So you're at 4?
4.
I got one freebie.
Yeah, 2.
Well, then we're tied.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
One
you're right,
freebie.
you're right.
I'm not trying to get more than that.
All right, Caleb.
All right, lob me a soft one.
Lobbing you the soft one. Tell me this. Why is Seinfeld the worst show ever created by man?
Okay, I can do this. Here's my timer. You go ahead and press start whenever you're ready.
Begin.
Seinfeld is the worst show on the earth. Intentionally. The characters in this show are bad people. George Costanza, Elaine, Jerry, Kramer, all of these people have done numerous illegal, mean, rude things to other people. They've put themselves before anybody else. One example of this is when when there's a parking spot that George wants to park in, but at the same time, somebody else comes behind him to park in the same spot. We're in the big city in New York. Of course, everybody's trying to park there. There's one spot in the whole city. They are fighting over this one spot. George isn't going to let up. The other guy's not going to let up. So what happens? They block traffic for an entire episode. Now, you live in the city of San Francisco. Can you imagine if the street that you live on was blocked so you couldn't get to your home, see your beautiful wife, see your best friend, Carlos, and me? We're trying to record an episode, and you can't get to your house. How would that make you feel? Bad. So what I'm saying is that I love this show because it is the worst show in the world. The characters are bad. A lot of inspiration from this show has gone to shows like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, featuring our best friend Daniel DeVito. These characters also do very bad things, which is not only inspired, but they replicated in one episode where they recreated an entire episode of Seinfeld. Now, if I'm being honest, it seems like I've been talking for more than a minute and a half. And I feel like... Did I have any? Did I have one?
You got one. So that's why I stopped the timer multiple times throughout that.
Felt like an eternity. Felt like, gosh darn eternity. My chest hurts. Holding my
yeah, you
breath.
beat me fair and square.
All right.
I cheated multiple times there. I stopped it so many times so you could at least stutter or stumble. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Expresso Boys podcast. I'm your bad boy, Expresso Boy, Baron Thomas Holly.
Cute boy, Expresso boy, Caleb William Tegler.
Check us out on YouTube, The Expresso Boys. Check us out on all your major listening platforms, The Expresso Boys. Brandon Doll Holly on Twitter, Caleb Tegler on Twitter. We love you so much.
And do you know what else we love?
What do we love?
Movies. Gosh, do we love movies.
I love
watching movies, making movies.